What's up, guys? People are always asking in my comments, or they're shooting me DMs across social media platforms, and they always ask me, Brett, why are you on house arrest? Why do you have that GPS bracelet on your ankle? What did you do? Etc. So if you want a behind the scenes of what it is like to be on house arrest and what those conditions are, as well as why I am on house arrest, then this video is for you. So without further ado, let's get it. So first things first, what led me to getting on house arrest? And this is important because I'm always preaching to people that you are who you are becoming. What does that mean? At a very early age, I started smoking weed. I reached a point where I didn't want to pay for the weed anymore. So now I'm selling weed. And then in 2011, just after Bitcoin came out, the Silk Road on the dark net hit the scene. And instantly, I was connected to the largest wholesalers and manufacturers of various different drugs, research chemicals, hand-pressed Xanax bars, you name it, from all across the world. And I started importing this wholesale into the United States, and then I would sell it via USPS domestically in smaller amounts, and I would wholesale to some people around my city and local states where I lived, which was in Omaha, Nebraska. Now, obviously, I did not have a long streak. This all started in high school. I was running it up. By the time I was 20 years old, the DEA kicked my door in. And well, one thing led to another, and I was ultimately sentenced to a term of 138 months. And I remember when I first got sentenced to this amount of time, I was in the courtroom, and it wasn't the time that hurt the most. It was looking back at my mom, looking back at my brother, and just seeing the disappointment and pain in their eyes. And even when I was arrested and I was being led away in chains, I'll never forget my grandma screaming, Brett, no, Brett, don't take him. And those things haunted me for many years and really was the catalyst for me to begin to transform and to change my life. So 138 months equates to 11 and a half years. Now, in the Bureau of Prisons, typically you have to do 85.7% of your time. Now, these percentages have changed over the years. So essentially, you're supposed to get 54 days off of your sentence every single year. Now, here's where it gets interesting, was that for the longest time, they were only giving you 47 days. So what happened to that extra week? Well, the Bureau of Prisons used this fancy calculator. Instead of just saying, hey, we're going to give you this good time, like they would say you have to do a full year and then you earn it. But if you start, like I can't even remember the exact calculation because you got to understand, the government is very complicated. And this calculator of theirs was like a dozen or more pages long. And when inmates took them to court and tried to fight against it because they were holding us in prison illegally for one extra week a year, the inmates lost. And what's crazy is that this ruling stood for so many years. And in my instance, on an 11 and a half year sentence, I would have to do 10 years flat. And if you do the math, because they were keeping me in prison one extra week per year, that equates to about 80.5 days, so a little over 2 months. This is what really changed. In December of 2018, President Trump signed the First Step Act. This was the most massive federal criminal justice reform bill ever passed. And the very first thing that he did was he fixed the good time calculations. He pretty much told the BOP, nope, you're not holding these people illegally in prison any longer. And as soon as that bill was signed, a lot of people were instantly released. Because you got to realize there's people in there that have been down for 20 years. Those guys were released early. On top of that, they gave us the opportunity, if you were a nonviolent drug offender and you fit other criteria, you could earn anywhere between 10 to 15 days off of your sentence, up until 1 year. So that's 1 year that just comes off of your sentence. Anything after that gets converted into credits called FTC, First Step Act credits, and those credits can be applied to be put out pretty much into community confinement. So how did this break down for me? So essentially, I got the 1 year knocked off. So it went from having to do 10 years flat to now having to do 9 years flat. So I did 8 years behind the wall, and then I'm finishing off my last year on federal home confinement. So sometimes people see the bracelet and they look at it as a punishment. It's not a punishment. I could still be sitting in a prison cell right now. But instead, I'm out in the community, working on my entry, building my platform, working on my goals, being with family. I am incredibly grateful. It is a privilege. However, as I showed you early on in the video, I'm still an inmate. People see me and they think I could just do whatever I want to do, especially if you see me on social media and you see me at the beach or you see me at the gym or you see me here. My stipulations are very crazy. And I'm not going to say crazy in a negative way. It's just a lot to keep up with. So like the first thing, every single morning at 6 a.m., I got to give them a call. Then they call me back to confirm it. Every evening around 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., I call them again. Anywhere I want to go, I call them when I leave. I call them when I get to the location. I have to take a selfie and I send it to them. Anywhere that I shop and I buy anything, I have to take a picture of the receipt and submit it to them as well. Anywhere and everywhere I go is submitted on a paper itinerary. And I fill this out in military time. So I say, I'm leaving this location at this time. I'm arriving here at this time. And I have to do it in this particular order. This includes everything from going to the gym, going to the grocery store, different places I have to go for work, etc. And there is no changes. Even if I need to get gas, if my car is on empty, but I'm not supposed to go to the gas station until next week, I'm hit. I need to find someone to go take my car to the gas station and fill it with gas. With my GPS bracelet, I have to charge it for at least 2 hours every single day. And if it ever gets to like 20%, it will start blinking red. They're going to give me a call right away and they're like, Booker, your GPS is about to die. You do not want it to die. Other stipulations I have. I cannot invest in cryptocurrency, participate in the stock market, or participate in credit. But what's interesting about that is I have no credit. Essentially is what I'm trying to say. I don't even have credit. So I can't open up any new lines of credit. Now, when they cut this off on October 26th, then I am finally free, which is exactly why that is the day I'm going to consider I got finally released from prison. That's my first day out. Because right now, I'm out in the community. I can taste it. I can see it. I can feel it. I'm participating a little bit, but there's so many constrictions about like, how can I make money? Like, can I open up credit? Can I participate in the stock market? How many times I call them every single day, constantly taking selfies. And then every single week, at least once a week, they call me randomly in for a UA. They're going to open up my phone and search it, read all my text messages, go through my photos. I can't delete anything off of this phone. They're going to search my car. So there is a lot of responsibility when it comes to being on house arrest. But once again, it is something that I'm extremely grateful for. Now, when it comes to submerging the bracelet, is it waterproof? Yes, I have made videos where I'm kind of like doing a parody of other GPS bracelets, because I know other GPS bracelets, you can't go in the ocean with it. You can't go in the hot tub with it. You can't do other things with it. Now, with my bracelet, it is fully water resistant. I'm not going to say like fully waterproof. They did tell me I can swim in the ocean. They did tell me that I could shower. The things they told me to avoid is like extremely hot and chlorinated water. Like, don't go in the hot tub. Now, of course, I have tried this out, but I don't go in the hot tub for more than 5 minutes. And if I'm in there, usually I just try to hold the GPS outside of the water. And besides, it's kind of a funny icebreaker, because when I'm at the health club or I'm here or I'm there and I'm sitting in the hot tub and I just got my GPS hanging out the water, it's a great opportunity to start a conversation with someone new and kind of change the narrative of what they think of or what they see when they see a formerly incarcerated individual. Because, you know, I'm very grateful that a lot of people have bias that favors me. They see me, I'm a handsome, young, white male, and they don't even assume that I did 8+ years in federal prison. But I'm stoked because as of last Friday, just a few days ago, I hit my 90-day countdown. I am almost off of this GPS. And people always ask me, Brett, what are you gonna do when they cut it off? I'm gonna keep doing the same thing that I do every single day, but the only difference is now it doesn't all have to be pre-planned. So guys, I really want to answer more of your questions. And I know this video was fast because to me, everything that I'm experiencing, this is my normal. This is my life. Everything that I've been through in prison, that was my normal. That was my life. But it's so foreign and new to so many people. So many people are curious about what this looks like. So if any of you guys ever have any questions, drop a comment down below and I will do my best to answer all of them, either with a video response or just answering them in the comments. So until next time, let's get it.